All right, as you're getting ready for today, you might want to grab the umbrella, especially for Northwest Arkansas, as we are expecting some showers and some storms will be moving into our area within the next hour and a half or so. For the River Valley, we're looking a little bit more clear. Could see a few spotty showers throughout this morning. But as we can take a look outside on radar right now, we see a very nice spiral to this storm system that's moving through parts of Oklahoma and into Kansas. Right now, good news is they have dropped those severe thunderstorm warnings through Tulsa. So now for eastern Oklahoma, we are still seeing some stronger storms, wind gusts upwards of 50 miles an hour or so. So just below that severe limit, but we are seeing some weakening of that storm system as it moves towards northwest Arkansas. We are seeing that this line of scattered showers that is out in front of that heavier line of those wind gusts is beginning to form just a little bit stronger. So as we move through the next half hour or so, that'll begin to move into parts of northwest Arkansas. Then behind it, we're still looking like we have an hour or so for most of northwest Arkansas in terms of that main line of storms moving through the area. For Siloam Springs, a little before 8 o'clock. For our metro areas from Bentonville to Fayetteville, you're looking closer towards 8:30 before we see that main line of some of the stronger wind gusts and some of those heavier downpours begin to move into our area. But all in all, going to be an active start to the day, seeing temperatures into the 70s and into the 80s already. Good news is, though, as these storms approach and move through the area, we're going to see some cooler air from the outflow of the storms. And then on the backside of it, cold front moves through. So for today, we're actually looking much cooler in general as we see highs mainly into the 80s. But we'll see those storms, like I mentioned, moving into the area as we get closer to 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. A lot of these will be moving throughout northwest Arkansas, clipping parts of the River Valley. A lot of the strongest storms will be north of I-44 this morning. As we go into the afternoon, still could see a couple of those scattered showers, but cold front moves in, bringing temperatures behind it much cooler. Those dew points will be dropping, so humidity is looking better as well for the rest of today, and that's going to be the case for much of the weekend. Clouds will begin to clear out as well as we go more towards your evening hours. But temperature-wise, mainly into the 70s for northwest Arkansas as we head into the afternoon. Going to be into the low 80s for those high temperatures for today. For the River Valley, we're going to be seeing those 80s once we get towards lunchtime. Going to be into the mid to upper 80s throughout much of today. But high temperatures, they're looking good for today. They're going to be looking good as well as we go into the weekend, seeing temperatures mainly into the 80s for Saturday, into the low 90s as we go into Sunday for northwest Arkansas over the 7-day forecast. Going to be warming up, though, through the weekend. We're going to be back into the low 90s to mid 90s for next week. Lots of sunshine on the way as well. For the River Valley, we're going to see temperatures into the 80s and 90s through Saturday and Sunday. Going to be back into our typical July heat as we wrap up July for next week into the mid to upper 90s.
Yeah, I guess we can't have a break the whole time because after all, you're right, it is July.
But we did plan it for the weekend, so look forward to that, right?
I like that. Well, thanks for that.
You're welcome,
Do you often get credit for the weather?
Only when it's bad or if I make a mistake. When it's nice and 70 degrees out and sunny, it's normally crickets around here.
Gotcha. Well, maybe